Have you ever looked at a map of Africa and wondered why so many of the borders are straight lines? It looks almost as if someone just took a ruler and drew them on. Well, in a way. That's exactly what happened today. We're diving into one of the most pivotal and dramatic periods in modern history, the Scramble. For Africa, in just a few decades, an entire continent was carved up by European powers, and the consequences of those decisions are still felt today. So, what sparked this sudden, frantic rush to claim African territory? The late 19th century was a perfect storm. The Industrial Revolution in Europe created a massive demand for raw materials like rubber, cotton, and diamonds, all of which Africa had in abundance. At the same time, a sense of intense national pride and competition was sweeping across Europe. Owning a vast colonial empire was seen as a symbol of power and prestige. Nations like Britain, France, and a newly unified Germany didn't want to be left behind. Think of it like a high-stakes game of Monopoly, but with real countries and real people. Explorers like David Livingstone and Henry Morton Stanley were charting the continent's interior. Previously known to Europeans as the Dark Continent, their reports of incredible resources and strategic locations set off a frenzy. Suddenly, everyone wanted a piece of the pie. King Leopold II of Belgium famously claimed the massive Congo region as his own personal property, setting a terrifying precedent for exploitation. The competition got so fierce that there were genuine fears it could lead to war back in Europe. To prevent this, German Chancellor Otto von Bismarck called the Berlin Conference in 1884. Picture this: representatives from 14 European nations gathered in a room in Germany to decide the fate of Africa. The shocking part: not a single African leader or representative was invited to the table. They literally drew lines on a map, creating new colonies, splitting up established kingdoms and ethnic groups, and lumping rival communities together, all without any regard for the people living there. The impact was immediate and devastating. European powers imposed their own systems of government, their languages, and their economies. Often through brutal force, the focus was entirely on extracting wealth and resources for the benefit of the colonizing country. Traditional African societies, with their own complex political and social structures, were dismantled. This wasn't a partnership, it was a hostile takeover. By 1914, about 90% of Africa was under European control. Only Ethiopia and Liberia remained independent. The legacy of this era is incredibly complex. While some infrastructure like railways and hospitals were built, they were primarily designed to serve colonial interests. The artificial borders drawn in Berlin are at the root of many of the ethnic conflicts and political instability that have plagued parts of the continent since independence. Understanding the scramble for Africa is essential to understanding the world we live in today. It is a stark reminder of the long-lasting impact of colonialism and the incredible resilience of the African people who fought for their independence and continue to build their futures. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey into history interesting, please give this video a like and subscribe for more deep dives into the events that shaped our world. See you next time.